Hello, what is going on? Peace and blessings, everyone. All you beautiful souls, happy Thursday. Thank you so much for joining in and sharing this space with me tonight. I hope all is well. There's been so much discussion going on lately as we are approaching the beautiful full moon energy in a few days, and Mercury retrograde is upon us. We have kind of a combo double whammy going on, actually. Hi Nicole. Hi everyone. Hi Maribel. Hi Carissa. Oh my God, there's a lot of people here. Hi Audrey. Hi everybody. Oh, hey Gloria. Oh, this is awesome. So glad you guys had time for this tonight. Nicole, honey, I feel the same way. And that's what prompted this video tonight. I had put up a question the other day asking people like, am I the only one feeling this way, or am I just all in my feelings this week? And I want to say this probably started right before maybe Thanksgiving. Just the high, the low, the happy, all these different mixed emotions, feeling very lethargic one day and then feeling full of energy, or I'm tired all day but I'm up at 3 a.m. scrolling through social media, and I look outside, I'm like, okay, the moon is coming, and then it hit me, hello, Mercury retrograde. Not to even take away from what all the other planets are doing, because a lot of times I feel like there's a lot of emphasis on the full moon and the retrograde, and not so much as to how all the other planetary alignments affect us. So I reached out to my very good friend, very dear friend, my personal astrologer, who I consider to be one of the best. And whenever I have a question, I always go to him, and I'm like, KHAYR, I need to know, why am I feeling this way? What's going on? And I throw some of the questions that you guys send to me to him. So I figured tonight would be a perfect night to go ahead and invite my own that I want to ask him about practicing magic, the do's and don'ts. Some people say practice magic during the retrograde. Other people say don't practice magic. Do this kind of spell. Don't do this kind of spell. Tonight I'm hoping we can get some clarity on that. And there he is, KHAYR. Thank you so much. How are you?
What up? What's up? I am delicious.
What's up?
I'm blessed by the best and too sexy to be stressed. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking this time to share with me. There's been so much going on, and as I was talking to you earlier about just the energy and how I'm feeling, and as a practitioner of magic, a lot of my clients, their first question is, when's the best time to do this spell? And a lot of people are very educated now. They know full moon, waning moon, waxing moon, Mercury retrograde. Everyone seems to go a little haywire, and so that's why I wanted to consult you, the expert. I have a few questions of my own for my own personal rituals, and just kind of get an idea of what's okay to be doing. Should we be practicing magic? Should we not? And if so, what is your opinion on some of the type of rituals that I tell people, let's go for?
Jasmine is an unashamed opportunist. She's like, oh, I'm gonna get my stuff first, and then y'all can listen in as I get my reading tonight. So good. Yes, thank you so much. You all can just join. I normally keep these in private. That's why I was like, I'm gonna get these in private. She was like, well, they can listen in tonight, and I'm just gonna just get mine right here. So yes, well, we're gonna definitely have some fun tonight. To me, astrology is a ritual. Like, it's a ritual anyway, and a lot of times we just got more appropriate times to do certain things and less appropriate times to do things. And then I think that when you get more into the flow, like you were the other day. So I got to back up. So I want to talk about what a retrograde is first before I talk about how you were showing off the other day. So a lot of people think that there's only one period of retrograde, but there's 3 phases. There's the shadow phase, and then it's the actual going backwards, and then it has to go and get all the way out of the shadow. So this retrograde, so everybody who's on YouTube, they're saying December the 3rd. No, that's phase 2, but it started back on November the 14th. So let me get that time for everybody to settle in. So everybody's like, I've been feeling like this, but it doesn't start until the 2nd or the 3rd. You already in it. You already in it. I was on the way back here and was calling an Uber, and I didn't want to ride with her. They were going to charge me $6. And then I just said, well, okay. And she called me like 30 seconds later, like, I just got a flat tire, Mercury retrograde. So you can use it in your magic to influence things what you want, because Mercury rules short transportation. So like I'm right up the street from my house, so it wasn't far. And then she had a flat tire. Straight Mercury retrograde. What is an Uber driver doing getting a flat tire? Like all your car should, and you were right, you've been driving all day. So for these things that we call uncanny, no, it's like the real energy. And so the other day you did the hot foot ritual. And
Mm-hmm.
hot foot means I want you to move. And I was like, look at
Mm-hmm.
this. I said, look at this old astrology witch right here. Look at this chick here over here showing out with a Mercury retrograde appropriate ritual. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
will your hot foot work? Yeah. But will it work during a Mercury retrograde? Maybe twice as fast. So it's just like some of the things, and that's what I'm glad we're going to talk about tonight, are some of the things that work faster, and then some of the
Mm-hmm.
things that we want to chill with right now. Because I know you got a lot of lovers in your audience right now. So whenever we get to the romance thing, you just let me know when I can talk about that right there. Because I know how you'll
Yeah.
come to me. I know how your come to me spells work. You know what I mean? You can't even get no rest.
Now that's something I actually want to touch on in reference to that also, because I have found in my own experience, and this even when I really, really, really started focusing back when I was back in Del Rey, I have found that I've had great success during rituals during the Mercury retrograde period. A lot of people feel that their finances and certain things are affected, their spells may not be as successful, and I've had the complete opposite. So that brings me to two questions. Number one is, does where Mercury falls in your astrological chart play a part in that, or are there some signs that are better at manifesting during the retrograde than others?
Two A+ questions right there. So, but the question, there's something that you stated kind of like in between the lines before I get to that. And because I know how you get down on your rituals, intent is everything. I think you really need to
Right.
remind people, like I've seen you do a lot of videos over and over, but the one video that looks like it's on repeat is you reminding people about their intent, their state of mind, and you just be like, hey, you got to be feeling it. Like, and you never force nothing. If something ain't right, even if you want to do that ritual, you be like, I guess I ain't supposed to do it. But then, you may get a little frustrated, not that I've ever heard you say anything about somebody, but you might just be like, why isn't this person listening right now? What are you doing? I told you not. So,
It's true.
uh, so the intent piece, before I get to the astrology, just let me get to the intent piece. So even if it's you picking something in the right sign, right time, but if you got the wrong mindset, and even if
Right.
you're getting it from Jasmine, that joke will mess around and boomerang on you, then you be like, what happened? So I just want to stress that piece because I don't want people to think that just because I do astrology that I don't have a strong magic game too. I'll talk about the best. You know what I'm saying? I hang with top shotters. So I be listening really, really hard. Y'all need to be paying attention. What she say? Rituals, friendships, and ponytails. Don't force it. I know that's right. Absolutely. So, okay, so I'll just go into real life facts. So this Mercury retrograde is happening in Sagittarius, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we talk about, so there's like three different aspects of it. So Sagittarius is like the house of international travel, teaching, higher education, good luck. It's kind of like a big thing, and you can overdo it because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. All right, so that's one. Then two, what house does it fall in? I know you're a Virgo rising, so yours is falling in your fourth house. Sag rules your fourth house. So that means all the retrogrades start with RE. So here's a regroup, redo, remove, reorder. So I already know some stuff getting moved around your house. I already know you get ready to move stuff around from over here to over there because the fourth house is the house of home, how you
Mm-hmm.
grew up, emotions, but it's also the house of magic. So for Jasmine, I would be like, yo, your magic can be like long distance rituals is gonna be popping because Sag is long distance and the fourth house is magic. So right now, for somebody coming to you, you might not even put but so a little bit into the potion, and it may go 10 times for the person who receive it. Just be like, oh my God, yes, yes, yes. But you was just like, yo, I forgot to put the horny goat weed in there. I forgot to put the dragon's mouth in there. I forgot to put the whatever. And they was like, it was amazing. It was amazing. So, yes, the house where the retrograde falls at, because you're still going through a lesson too. So even if you weren't practicing magic, you still got to go through the lesson. One thing about it, Jasmine is not exempt. But Jasmine is slick, because Jasmine, this is what she did. Jasmine said, hey, Mercury, because all these planets are living entities. And so when you want something from Oshun, you go get you some honey. You want you something from somebody else, you go get them what they like. Or whatever, you go give them something to say, you know what, I humbly appreciate you, and I don't want to get hit with that sock of nickels for a few weeks.
Whoop
My
whoop.
face is pretty. My face is pretty. I don't want no homie to clown. So Jasmine puts the Mercury retrograde candle, and I was like, yo, like that was pure genius. You need to rethink some things. And so you probably had a few rough Mercury retrogrades, you know what I mean? And you was
The
like,
last one, and I've been fortunate. I've gone through them and ride the waves pretty smooth. But this last Mercury retrograde, which was in what, August, knocked me all up and down and all around. I didn't know if I was coming or going, and trying to just maintain balance, and it was rough. Let me tell you, it really was. And I said, not this time. Oh, you're not doing that to me again. Oh no.
but you wasn't bossy. You was just like, let me offer you this offering right here. Here's this pretty candle. I put a lot of energy into this right here. And so Mercury was like, because Mercury, just like Saturn, he wants integrity. That's it. And so Mercury exposes a lot of liars. So when you was just like, not you, but when a person is all going wrong, you can't put everything on Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde just revealed it. It just revealed it. So you just was like, man, and I don't want to get too kind of crazy, but Mercury retrograde is like a woman's menses. It comes on schedule. So you
Mm-hmm.
can't get into a relationship with a woman and she say, I'm on my menses right now, and then you get upset. What you mean? That's part of nature. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mercury
Right.
retrograde happens 3 and sometimes 4 times a year. So be respectful when she show up. That's the first thing, because you just sitting there resisting, like, what you, she gotta be here again. What again? You
Right.
asking, you asking for, you asking for the sock of nickels, as Jasmine's calls it. You getting ready to
Mm-hmm.
get wop, and all you had to do was be respectful. You know what I mean? Just all you had to do was be respectful. So that's the first part about that. That was a good question. Thank you. Hit me with that next
So
question.
thank you. So what do you think? Because I'm starting my ritual. I'm starting tonight actually. The candle's been sitting charging on my altar. I'm gonna start later on this evening. Um, I'm encouraging people, start doing your retrograde workings ahead of time. And I know we're already in the energy, but how far in advance would you suggest someone get your candle, get your oil, do your herbs, start giving your offering, start, paying homage to that energy, so that it goes easier on you, because you can't escape it. I know that, but you can at least soften the blow a little bit.
I'm gonna do a Compton and Florida example together.
Okay.
If you knew a hurricane was coming, or if you knew Ray Ray and the boys was gonna ride up your street and do something, would you A, board up the windows, and on both places, in Compton and in Florida, I'm boarding up the windows, right? And I'm going to like not sit on the porch. Like normally I sit on the porch, but it's about to be a hurricane, it's about to be a gang war.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going inside. So, and that's just when I heard about it. So that's like the first section. So that's November the 14th to December the 3rd. So I think you might want to go with, since it's 3 cycles, 3
Mm-hmm.
candles.
Right, right. And that's my plan, is to do one through the whole. And that's what I was going to consult with you about. I was either going to do one weekly for the whole duration, even the 2 weeks afterwards, or if you're saying there's 3 cycles, and I would do one candle for each cycle. So technically, I'm a little late right now.
No. You early because it's before December 3rd.
Okay. Okay.
We're still in phase 1 is like 2 weeks. What's that? 17 days. It takes 17 days for it to slow down and then go backwards. So it's looking too, like it's looking for the respect. So Jasmine gave me a candle. Let me look at Shelby. Oh, let me look at Irreplaceable. Oh, let me look at what did Kyoko do? What did Stephanie do? Oh, what did Carol? Oh, y'all ain't give me no candle? Oh, oh well, I'm coming through. Wait. And then people wait till after the third, like you said, and then the
Mm-hmm.
storm is coming. It's a Hurricane 3 picking up speed, and they out there talking about hand me a nail. Hand me a nail. I need to board up.
It's too
No,
late.
bro.
Yeah, you trying to evacuate. The storm is here.
All up in your area. You know what I'm saying? So I like the three candle rule. If you wanted to like go candles all the way through, that might be kind of like, you're just being lazy. Like pay attention to the dates because the retrograde is here to sharpen us up because
Right.
normally we as human beings are moving too fast. We're moving too fast in the first place, and Mercury is here to slow us down. I look at it like a NASCAR race.
Mm-hmm.
The cars are going around the track 200 miles an hour, 200 miles an hour. What's guaranteed to happen at least once? A wreck.
Right.
And then the car in the middle or the back, he slows down to like 20 miles an hour, takes the yellow flag, no rush. He was in like 32, 32nd position. And then when they let the green flag back out and the retrograde is over, he's in the top 3 for the money. And that's my strategy. I just watch the chaos that goes on. I just You're right. It is. You're right. It is. Hey, that's how you look at it. If that's how you say, okay, like I try not to get involved. The worst thing you could do. This a download right here. The worst thing you can do than a Mercury retrograde is complain. That is the
Mm.
worst. Cause she listening hard. Cause she's
Right.
like, oh, you don't want this? You complaining?
And that's the other thing I find, and that's the thing I tell people, retrograde or not, you have got to watch your mouth. You have got to watch the words that come out of your mouth. Everything you say, everything you say, everything that you say will come back to you, whether you meant it, whether you want it or you don't. And during retrograde, during a waxing moon, it's gonna come back like this. And some of the stuff you might be like, but what, I didn't mean that. You don't even have time to retract them. You have to be conscious, especially when you're doing spiritual work, when you're casting spells, when you're asking for things, when you are, whether you're doing it or you're hiring somebody else. Just because you hired somebody else to do it doesn't mean you don't have to watch your own thoughts. This is your ritual. Tie your tongue up. If you can't say nothing positive, don't say nothing at all. Just don't say nothing. Just be quiet. Because everything you don't want is going to come to you 3 times faster than everything you do want. And people have a hard time talking about what they do want. They're constantly complaining about what they don't want. And during this time, man, oh man, you'll
I'm
be
trying to
shaking
get up and
your head.
I'm trying to get up and shout. Okay, so I just got a question. I got a question. First off, let me see the audience. If anybody knows what Jasmine is talking about, if she's telling the truth, press 1. If she's lying, press 2. We're gonna see. And y'all need to share this video. Everybody needs to press share because the more people know about the retrograde, then they'll stay away from you with something crazy. So y'all need to share this video so people won't be so you can like they'll have the facts because then they'll be like, no, it's the third. And it's nothing wrong. It's the worst thing is a person with wrong information being
Mm.
attracted to you during a Mercury retrograde, and you're just like, no, that's wrong. That's like I got to redo that. You telling me I can still cut up, I can still sign this contract. I don't need to back up my computer yet. Oh, I can wait on paying my insurance. Oh, I ain't got to fix that tire yet. It's not the third. Yada yada yada. Then you want to blame it on Mercury retrograde. But my question to you was, am I petty for just laughing at folks like that? Because it's like, I've been studying astrology since 2001. So this is my 16th year anniversary. I've been a professional astrologist since '08. And I'm just tired of telling folks. I think like since 2013, like this is my jolliest time right here. So I just want to know, am I wrong for just be like laughing at jokers? I just want to know what's up.
No, I don't think so. And I think also when you're telling people the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, and they're still doing the opposite, at some point you just get tired of talking, and it's like, you know what? I'm gonna have to let you learn. I'm gonna have to let you learn. So, which brings me to another question. Actually, I'm really. If someone asked me about this today, so this isn't just a retrograde. This is a full moon starting peaking at the same time. And I want to go back to what you mentioned in reference about people coming at you with some craziness. I know, we all know that people get testy around the full moon. Tempers are hot. Women are emotional. Relationships, communication, people have fights and break up, and all these different things happen. So if you could just give us a little bit on the significance of that, how to combat it. And am I correct that the fact that this is about to peak at the same time, this is double the energy where people need to be even more on their game, more on their spirituality. And I want to talk about relationships, because that's what's on everyone's mind. And people break up, it seems, during a retrograde, during a full moon. You know, 2 weeks after the full moon is when people are like, help me. And I just want to touch on that. How can people prevent these things from happening? I know.
You just want me just to give them. You just want me to just listen. All right. Well, if we lose some friends from what I'm about to say, she asked me to be honest. I don't lie when she asks me. So, all right, y'all. I'm just gonna tell you. She asked the biggest loaded question. So, okay.
Well, I know that this question is on other people's minds. So.
Oh, I got you. Okay, so let's talk. Okay. So tonight y'all gonna learn some of this astrology to go with these rituals. Y'all gonna learn tonight. Okay, so Mercury rules what sign?
Yes.
Gemini.
Okay.
Yeah. What? Come on, pop quiz now. You come on. You gotta tighten up. Mercury rules what sign of the zodiac? Gemini.
Oh, I haven't got quite that far. Okay, Gemini. Got it. Okay.
Because the full moon is always opposite the sun sign. So if the sun is in Sag, the full moon is in Gemini. Okay? So the sign that Mercury rules is getting ready to have a full moon in it. Let me just let that soak in. I don't want to, she was already cutting up anyway.
Right.
Mercury retrograde didn't need any assistance. She don't need no help. But now here comes a full moon lit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, did you see that? This is what you told me too. I'm gonna come back to this. But I just seen this, and Jasmine be teaching me. So many of these corporations are practicing rituals. You gotta do a video and tell them about these stores and corporations that you be going to that be tripping and be doing all this. Guess what? Applebee's announced today.
What's that?
$1 Long Island iced teas for the rest of December.
For the rest of December.
$1 Long Island iced teas for the rest of December. So alcohol is fire, and it's going to be flamed up by this Gemini, because Gemini is oxygen. So you're putting fire and air together on a full moon with alcohol during a retrograde. It's going to be wrecks. It's going to be arguments, and a drunk man speak a true man heart. That's why I tell people it's okay that you go ahead and break up during a retrograde, because it probably is the truth that it's being revealed. You wasn't supposed to be together anyway. So now you didn't want to just tell them the loving wasn't good, or I can't be with you, or whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Or the worst one, but it ain't a mistake, is when you hit that text to the wrong person. And when you can't go out there and grab that text like out the air, open your eyes. Open your eyes, Jasmine. And you can't go out there after you hit the send button and then try to go out there and reach and get it. That's like the words coming out your mouth when you're drunk. You drunk and say something, you try to go out there and they're gone. So, and even though I respect Mercury retrograde, I'm going to put the word volatile on this one. And I don't say this one is going to be volatile, especially for those who are careless. Look, the John talking about some say what? Yeah, if you're gonna be careless, then you're gonna get it. Right, right. Right. I mean, you're gonna get it. So now, okay, so now back to the full moon is saying here's all this energy as Mercury slows down. So Sister Myra taught us energy unfolds. So she's gonna have all this energy running through Sag and like just pumping while Saturn is still there, which is integrity. So look at all these people getting exposed every day on television about these sex scandals and all that
Red
stuff
line.
going on, man.
Yeah.
They getting those numbers ain't gonna stop. Those numbers ain't gonna stop. They probably go up to like 2 a day now. You got Russell
Mm-hmm.
Simmons one day. Got my man from the Today Show today. Tomorrow they'll probably be just doing two of
Mm-hmm.
them. Joel Osteen, all that stuff. But what you shouldn't do is wish evil on someone during a Mercury retrograde just because you know it's gonna be volatile. It's gonna get your ass. You know what I mean? It's gonna get your butt. She said, please, what color candle should it be? I saw you ask that earlier, Stephanie. The color for so before I give you the answer, you should just type up the planetary colors. Anytime you're dealing with a planet, just go to Google and type in planetary colors. But the color is, you know what? I should just give a reward out or something. I should give out some Bitcoin tonight. I've been trying to give away Bitcoin. Anyway, I don't know. I'll think of something. But whoever comes up with the right color first, I will do something. I don't know. I'll come up with something to give away or something like that. But I'm not gonna give y'all the answer. So if you go look it up right fast, but not none of my students, because you're cheating. Because my astrology students should already know this. So I'm not giving y'all nothing. Okay, bam. Star Russell wins. I don't even know who that is, but the color is blue. Right. Star Russell wins something, Jasmine. So write her name down and I
Got it.
will look out for her. I guess I'll do two people because somebody, Nicole Robinson, give her two people. That's it. Nicole Robinson and the first person. The color is blue. Okay. Right. Now, some of y'all see, some of y'all might see, some of my people ain't got read. Some of y'all cheating. See, that's why I only give out two. See, so yeah, blue candle. But now the piece about the relationship, I think this one's gonna be extra volatile for relationships because Gemini is a sign of partnering, and so that split is gonna be like so slippery. It's like gonna be ice skating with socks on, not the blades. You ice skating with socks on, right? With Vaseline on your ankles. You know what I mean? So
Man.
yeah, so what I suggest is if you know your astrological chart, try to find ask your astrologer what house does Sagittarius rule? Because that's where it's gonna smack you upside the head. You're gonna get, or it's going to appear. Let me just say that it's going to appear. How you deal with it is depending on whether you get smacked or whether you get supported. I don't mind. I'm Virgo rising too, so I want to rearrange my house. See,
Mm-hmm.
rearrange. I want to rearrange. There's some things I'm looking at right now. I want to rearrange. I want to remove some things. Like I'm fidgety because like it's clutter in here, so I want to like just slow down and
Oh,
move some things out. I'm not.
you
Yeah,
said
that's
it.
you too. Yeah,
You
yeah,
said it.
yeah.
And I have been decluttering for weeks now. You'd almost think I'm nesting. I'm decluttering. I've reorganized my witchy cabinet probably 5 times in the past couple of weeks. And it's just, and even though I'm not cluttered, I have that sense of like I need to, purge and get rid of some things that's just not serving any good, which actually brings me to my next question. In terms of the type of spells that, and I know some people say there's some things you shouldn't do or you should hold off on, but I'm really curious to know what your thoughts are on, of course, prosperity and money work, um, banishing work, breakup spells, and we'll get to the love and the come to me in a minute. But money work and banishing, hex removal, jinx removal, ritual baths to get rid of stuff. What are your thoughts about that during the retrograde? How important are they? Should they
Um,
be done? How often do you think they should be done?
Nicole asked what house, whatever house Sagittarius rule, and I'm just answering that real quick. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the first one I got to talk about the money first because I'm a Taurus. I
Mm-hmm.
want that pay me candle. I want that pay me. If somebody owe you some
I
money,
just bought one.
you should have bought 4 or 5. I would load up. I would load up on jokers who owe me money. I would put your picture up under there so fast, or call Jasmine and be like, Roscoe, Reggie, Tanya, and Susan, they all owe me $3 and I want all my money. Like, this is the time for
Mm-hmm.
somebody to repay. I want you to repay me my
Okay.
money. So
Okay.
yeah, I would be heavy. I'll be heavy on that. Um, Relocate. Maybe if you're not happy with your job, you better be careful because you could get.
Okay, I think we might have just lost him for a quick second, but he will be back. Repay and relocate. And I've actually spoke to a lot of you are getting ready to move, whether that's from work or from your current location or changing businesses. Hold on, let me try to see if I can bring KHAYR back in here really quickly. There we go. And yeah, I like that idea, especially relocation. This is, and being a full moon, this is an optimal time to manifest that, which is something else that we're gonna ask him about that in just a second. Let's see if we can get KHAYR back on with us. Okay, he'll jump back in a quick second. All right. Are there any questions in the meantime while we're waiting for him? And so we can go over those really quickly. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Michelle. Hi, everybody. Let's see. Oh, sorry, you guys. Just 1 second. All right. And okay, we'll get KHAYR back on. Hi. There we are. That retrograde. See, communication.
It definitely, and it was short. It was just a short interruption. And
Mm-hmm.
so, one thing people should notice is how Jasmine handled it. She didn't get frustrated. She knew what was going on. She kept her calm. She was like, he'll be right back. Instead of being like, oh, I can't believe you hung up on me. What's wrong with you? He's so rude. Yeah, 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 yeah. And you overreact. And then Mercury says, oh, well, that's the reaction you want. I'm going to give you that.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas she
Or,
chilled. I just can't. I just flowed right on back in. I just flowed right on back in with the joint, just like that right there. Somebody said, how can Mercury retrograde in my 11th house, Sagittarius? It's not in Uranus. You have Uranus in Sag. Um, Going through the houses, if you're a Sagittarius rising, it's going to be affecting your personality and the way you come off to people. If you are a Scorpio rising, it's going to be affecting your money, your personal values, things like that. Or if you're a Scorpio or a Scorpio rising, or like how you bring your money in. If you are a Libra or Libra rising, definitely it's going to be how you communicate. Well, you better watch your mouth. Y'all jokers should just y'all should just all my Libras and Libra risings. It's gonna be tough for them because they love to talk. You can't tell a Libra rising to be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like, they like just write notes, and proofread it. Proofread it before you hit the button. Libras and then Virgo risers, of course. That's us at the house. We reorganizing in the house. Our spells are gonna be working a little stronger if we have good intent.
okay.
Real estate, like relocating. If you're a Sag or if you are a Virgo or Virgo rising, it's going to be happening in your fourth or solar fourth. So that's like relocations and real estate is good. If you are a Leo, what y'all Leo? Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh,
Okay, Leos, like man, Leos, like keep your pants zipped up and your legs crossed. Like don't you can't just get away with anything right now, Leo, because y'all so prideful. But this is happening to the Leo in the fifth house, of the house of casual sex, creativity, fun, children. So, like, you Leos need to like really work on your humility this particular period, right? Go back over the project instead of having so much confidence in it. Next time, Cancers. Hey, y'all might lose your job. I ain't trying to trip like like if you already been written up twice and you're a Cancer or Cancer rising, you can't be late to work. You can't be late to work. You have to like be on time, be Johnny on the spot, do what you're supposed to be doing. Also check your health too. Y'all might come down with like a little something like a cold or something like that. So make sure you stay healthy. Geminis, oh Lord have mercy. Whoa. Relationships, open enemies. Ooh, your Geminis, y'all gonna see who your friends are and and somebody gonna try to come for you. Which a Gemini like a little fight right there. But so when you asked me earlier, like how do you defend against that or reflect that? Watch this, Jasmine. Your father taught me this: turn the shoulder. Like don't sit there and try to man up. Like don't push back into it. If you turn the shoulder, it just slides off. This is not the time to try to square up with nobody. You don't want to. I'm not shooting the ones with nobody. I'm pivoting. My man, laws of the pivot. You come at me, pivot. Just go ahead and go by. You might imagine that your back is to the cliff, the cliff. So if you sidestep, then they'll go over the cliff. So you didn't have to kill them. They killed themselves. So just sidestep that activity. That's for you Geminis. I know it's going to be tough because they're going to have all this energy with the full moon. Jasmine, Jasmine. Yeah. Look, I told you to take everybody's birthday who be ordering stuff because I really want to do this experiment. And I bet you it's going to be some jokers wanting to get even. And you make sure you ask them, are you a Gemini? And try to warn them first before you do the spell. That's what I like about Jasmine. She got integrity. She ain't going to just do anything. She'll be like, wait a minute, what? I ain't doing that. You want some grave dirt on what? No, 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 no. It's not like that. It's not like that. Grave dirt is special, boo. You can't just be talking about throw some grave dirt on somebody. Tauruses, that'll be me. So that happens in the eighth house. Oh wow, man, it was a big cleanse. Us Tauruses and Taurus risings. This will be happening in our eighth house. So it's all about going deep, reflecting. Boy, I just read myself right there on camera, live camera, like, yo, a lot of reflecting for us Tauruses. Sit your butt down, get you some food, and just reflect. Watch you some nostalgic movies, chill, yo. Aries, that's the ninth house. You might not make that plane trip. You might not make that travel event that you wanted to go to. You may get a refund for a class that you took, but it may be a great lesson in your own personal philosophy that needs to be redone right now. Ooh, are you hot-headed Aries? Oh, Pisces. We'll just skip those and go on to oh, we can't skip Pisces?
No. Go ahead. I'm listening. Where all the Pisces at?
all the Pisces throw a pee up. Look at KHAYR talking about some Pisces, please. Y'all get on every time we talk about some Pisces. Pisces. Oh. Break out the Tupac. All lies on me.
Hey.
All lies on me.
You've been
all lies on me. All lies on me. All eyes on me, baby. This is the time for being responsible, Pisces. Y'all gonna have to follow the rules, Pisces.
That's not I'll speak for myself. Following rules is not our strong point. And us witches, I'm a witch. I don't follow rules, okay? Hey, I don't. So
This is not the Aries. This is not the Mercury retrograde to go back to your natural self. You might want to try sticking to the script. So I'll just say, if you don't like following rules, I will say less ad-libbing and more sticking to the script. Listen, Jasmine can like make up a ritual. She can do 4 rituals at one time with no book, but this time I want you to stick to the grimoire. I want you to stick to your book of shadows. If it's on page 12, just come down to numbers. If it say 4 ingredients, just stick with that, okay? Don't get our hands out doing all that. But because what you Pisces do right now is being seen in the public. Y'all, that's why I say all eyes on me. Like y'all will be thrust into the public eye because the 10th house is the house of fame. That's why it's called, because You can be famous or infamous. If you handle responsibility well, then you're famous. If you don't handle fame well, like Donald Trump, he's not handling it well, so he'll be infamous, one of the worst presidents. But Obama, when he was put in front of the limelight, he handled it well. So be responsible so your fame can grow. Because remember, this energy is going to go out 6 months, even though it's over like the first week in January, it's going to go all the way out. So what you want to do, Pisces, you want to have you want to be famed for until the summertime, or do you want to be infamy? You know what I'm saying? And people be like, I can't believe that about Jasmine. Ooh, and everybody saw it too. Ooh. So you Pisces, y'all play it close. Aquariuses, man, y'all's network. Y'all gonna have to redo y'all network, y'all friends, y'all social atmospheres, how y'all deal with people on Facebook. Y'all gonna be the ones, y'all better change y'all's password. You Aquariuses need to change y'all's password on everything, and watch what you say on social media. You know what, Aquariuses? It's okay if you take a month off of Facebook. We all sometimes need to fast off of social media. Aquariuses might be you because y'all know everything anyway, and it's even tougher for y'all to be quiet. And now let me go to all air signs, by the way. Geminis, Aquariuses, and Libras. Y'all just gonna have to be quiet. Y'all need a muzzle. Just don't get yourself jammed up now. Don't get yourself jammed up. I ain't mean to say it like that, but Jasmine told me to go in, so don't look at me. And then after Aquariuses, I'm back over to Sagittariuses. Wow, that's right. This right in y'all's face. This is like right in indie face. Like you're gonna have to really look at yourself in the reflection, like in the mirror. Like I'm reflecting on things deep down in me, but not my identity. Maybe like things I've done, decisions I've made. But Sagittarius is y'all gonna be reflecting, like looking directly, looking right at yourself. You know what I mean? So that's a rough generality for all 12 signs. And I would use your sun sign because so many of the rising signs are wrong out here. Oh, dang. So I'm gonna be honest. I love astrology. You know that, right? But I'm really trying to teach more people so they can do it, so I can go do some other things. I want to write some books. I want to do some other stuff and be more into my rituals. But I raise my prices. People keep coming. But the thing I really should start offering most is rectifying the time of birth. Because a lot of people have the wrong time on their birth certificate. And so I'm going to probably have to rectify proper births, proper times of birth, because 85% of the times on the birth certificate are wrong. And so you give it to an astrologer and they don't rectify your chart. He tell you that you're a Taurus rising when really you are a Pisces rising. You're gonna have all type of misinformation. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I'll be doing a bunch of rectification. That's one of my specialties. I like doing it.
I don't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to throw in there. I agree 10,000% because you did my chart back March 9th, two years, maybe a little over 2 years ago. And, I was like, I was born at 2:30 a.m. and you were like, no, you weren't. I found my birth chart that my mother had done for me when I was born, and I compared, and I've been studying, bits and pieces from both charts, and yours is spot on accurate, 1001%, which makes sense. I'm reading this other chart, like, how come this stuff doesn't sound like me? And I'm reading the chart that you did, and not only is your chart accurate, but everything that you said was going to happen to me has happened, and I'm still seeing things manifest. So you've given me such a clear road to already sort of know what's to come, to prepare myself. Every time I read this chart, I'm discovering something new that's either happened, is happening, or it's about to happen. So I just want to thank you for that.
Yay! We got a satisfied customer here. Yay!
Very satisfied, absolutely.
Yeah, but I ain't got time. I don't have time for you to be out there in the streets getting your head busted either. So I'd rather take care of you up front than you come back crying and I got to stitch you up. You're too pretty to be getting your face all cut up. So that's my this right here is the address. So if anybody wants to get one of those readings, that Jasmine is talking about, that's me, CoachKAstrology.info. Rectifying the chart is probably one of our close held secrets. Like Jasmine got rituals I don't know how to do, and if like what she showed me, that's what I show. But if you're not my student, I don't show people how to rectify the chart because you have to be serious about the craft. Like you got to know how many minutes in a day. You got to have your chart memorized. Like I put you through the whole ringer before I teach you that because the person who taught me, you know how Ra Aku is, his crazy self. He put me all the way through it. So it's only about 8 to 10 people who I know that rectify charts. So and I couldn't teach it like over a live anyway because if you don't know how many minutes in a day, I can't even do that. So Omaria, I got to show her because she's one of my students who graduated. Angela Elizabeth, I got to show her, and then I showed Caroline, and so then it's about 11 other people, I guess. But yeah, it's not something that you can go to on the internet and put the time in and be like, rectify my chart. Most astrologers don't do that. They just tell you, I don't mean to be ranting, but if your astrologer only told you, I'm a Taurus with a Virgo rising and a Libra moon, and that's all you walk away with, you got beat. You got jerked. That ain't how I'm gonna do you. Like you gonna have homework. Jasmine hit me the other night talking about I'm in here doing homework. You better. That's like 2 years ago. You gonna do some. I'm gonna give you some homework, yo, because we need to be fully equipped out here because things change so fast. Like you can't like not knowing who you are, because that's what's gonna help you know what kind of ritual to ask for, what kind to like hold up on. So that hot foot is good. Give me my money. If you want to get to relationships, I'm sorry, you lovers, but this is not the time to ask Jasmine for a come to me spell. And I ain't trying to take no money out her pocket, but if you pay her and the joker come, they're gonna leave twice as fast as when they showed up. Because it don't work. Like all relationships that begin under a Mercury retrograde, you are suspect because did you know did you know what god from Ifa rules Mercury retrograde?
I don't.
Elegba,
Mm.
the crossroads.
Mm-hmm. I have an interesting
Which way?
relationship with him too, but I'll talk to you about that later.
Well, you better fix him something to eat. How about that?
Oh, his plate, honey, I am on it. His plate is down there today, okay? He got fresh coffee. He's had his rum. He's got his cigar. He's set. Believe you me, and I have learned the hard way, and I've even told some of you that I have talked to. I've shared my story about the Monday that I missed honoring Alegua after he fulfilled what I asked him to do, and I will never do that again. I learned my lesson, that's for sure. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. As soon as he'll bring it, you promise him something and you don't honor him, he will take it away twice as fast. Ouch. Yeah.
And
I
and he won't try to hurt you. But he won't do it enough so you know it was him, so he can laugh because he loves to laugh. He like a child, so he gave it to you, and then he on that good Lord give it, and the good Lord take it away, and he just jolly old laughing, and you
Yes.
and you sitting there like, and he like, but you ain't keep your word. You ain't keep your word. So what I'm gonna do that with you for? So matter of fact, you got me wanting to walk down here to the crossroads like tonight with 16 pennies and go down here and have a little conversation. Like
If you have
I got a
time, you
whole.
should. You should. And just on a side note, that's something else I always tell people when they're starting to work with magic and call upon spirits. You need to research who you are working with. If these spirits require something from you, if you're not able to deliver it, if you can't do it, you might want to rethink working with them. If you can't keep your commitment to them, some spirits you can call upon for emergencies. Some spirits you invite into your house. It's like adopting a dog. You wouldn't go down to the pound and bring a dog home and then not feed her to take care of it, would you? What you think's gonna happen? He's gonna shit on your floor, tear up your pillows, run away. You don't do that when you're working with these spirits. And if you promise a spirit, or if a spirit has a requirement and you do not fulfill it, you are asking for trouble. You will find yourself in the worst place than you were when you started. That's why you need to know who you're reaching out to, know what their requirements are, learn their days of the week. What are the offerings? What do they need from you? Nothing is in life is free. Nothing in the spirit world is free. You're going to give something. You are going to get something. And if it's one thing where I don't have it, I'm coming to you and I'm asking because I don't have it. I don't have any money. But they know. They know. So if you're like, I'll get it next time, or you got some money and you're like, I'm gonna go for the 50-cent rum instead of the dollar rum when you could afford the dollar rum, don't do them like that. Don't do them like that.
No,
Because you asking for
don't do
something.
yourself.
Don't do
Don't do
yourself like
yourself
that.
like that.
Right, because you're gonna get back. And I always use this example, and people have got on me. I have been fussed at about this example. But I'm like, if you know you got chicken in the freezer with some rice and beans, and you go throw some cheese and crackers up on your altar, don't be asking for a new car. Don't be asking for that raise. You give cheese and crackers, you get cheese and crackers back. Don't sit up there in front of your ancestors eating a steak and giving them some dried cookies that have been in the cabinet for 3 months, and then oh, can you please, I want this mortgage loan. No, bitch, no, it don't work that way. It don't work that way. I'm sorry, I just had to say that because people don't get it. They really don't get it. They really don't. They don't. And they be wondering why my magic ain't working. It ain't the magic. You ain't doing what you're supposed to do.
Just in case some of you didn't understand that soliloquy, I'm gonna give it to you the short version. Pay like you weigh. If you don't pay like you weigh, then it can't come. And so the one thing I was gonna say out of all of that, what I put my little piece in is, and I learned this from you and Dr. Gibson and Sister Myra, I don't do the promise magic. Like you can do a promise ritual and be like, yo, if y'all do this for me, when it come through, I'm gonna I'm gonna look out for you. But I'm black and I know black people. And black people sometimes they get a check and then they be done forgot to pay the person, yada yada yada, and then they didn't got the person to do the work. But the spirit world is the ultimate mafia. They the ultimate mafia. So for me, I pay first. If I can't afford it, then I'm gonna just stay jammed up for a second. Like if all I got is cheese and crackers, I really ain't gonna give cheese and crackers if I got cheese and crackers. I'm gonna have to go do something. Especially like if you keep a history of paying up front when you ain't got it, they'll kind of look out for you because they know that you like don't wait till it gets so desperate. Don't wait to go, you know what I'm saying? Don't wait till you get so desperate. Now you ain't got nothing. You should have been given when you I'm gonna tell you word up. Bitcoins is popping for me right now. My money is popping right now. I got cash in my wallet right now. Guess what? I'm going to the grocery store tomorrow. We getting lamb. We getting yams. We getting fruits. We getting new oranges. We getting new big apples. We getting the whole nine. And because I want to stay ahead, I don't need nothing right now. And they still gonna get. Cause when I get, then they gonna get. And then when I need something, Jasmine, what I want yop yop yop. What they want? Oh, well, he needs cinnamon, gin, cigarettes, boom boom. Guess what? I got the money. Them remember the ritual you told me about the call money and the $100 bills?
Mm-hmm.
3 years ain't been touched. Ain't 3 years ain't been touched. Ain't and have not had to look at them not one time to be like, let me just hold this and I'll put it back. No, it ain't mine. It ain't mine. So magic also is based off your integrity. So listen to what Jasmine's saying and me telling you about the joints. And if your integrity is low, they ain't what you want us to do. You can't borrow none of my integrity. I
Right.
can't be like, I'm gonna break you off some of my integrity. Like, cause my God's gonna be like, I ain't going over there. Like, bro, it's warm over here. We got a nice little room. I just got a Himalayan sea salt thing for them too. They like, psh, what you want? I was like, oh, I'm just coming in here so the air quality will be better. I don't even want nothing. I'm straight right now. Then next thing you know, boom, here come this such and such cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Wow, 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 wow. We're gonna look out for you, Junior. We're gonna look out for you. I was like, where does all this money? Yeah, so I'm listen to what she said. Pay like you weigh, yo. And if you do the promise spells, just pay as soon as you get it, man. As soon as you get it. My man Jamaican Rob did that, yo. This Joker had to come back. I have a colorful past. This Joker had 5 keys. This Joker had 5 kilos in the underbelly of a stash, and the feds took his car and didn't find it. He got out on bond, went to see Papa Joe in Raleigh, He didn't have $1,800. He had $600. All he had to do was bring him $1,200. Not only did he get out of jail, he got the van back with the 5 keys. You know, this joker sold all the coke and then tried to come to Atlanta and not go to see Papa Joe and give him $1,200. But he had over $50,000 on him. This joker didn't even get out of Greensboro, yo. He was on a 4-lane highway, and a truck came off the 18-wheeler, who's the safest driver, and jammed him all the way up into the guardrail and was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't even know how I hit you. You hit a caravan with a car on the back." Police came, patted him down. They was like, "Oh, you just got out on bail. Why you got all this money in your pocket, all this cash, and you heading south on the highway with all these clothes in the car?" Revoke this bond, 18 years. 18 years. Just got out last year. 18 is a true story. Off of $1,200, all he had to do was go back and pay Papa Joe. Took his took his beads off and was like, "Man, I was gonna get the van back anyway." Don't do that, yo. Don't do that. Papa Joe is in Raleigh. That's my G. He like a phantom. I ain't giving nobody his number. If Jasmine ain't met him yet, you sure enough ain't gonna meet him. So I ain't taking nobody. Nobody gets to see. He a top shotter. But when I go see him next time, wait till you go see Papa Joe, yo. You gonna want to spend over like 2 days. Like, he nasty. I mean, not nasty in a bad way. Like, he just cool. He loving. He from Haiti too. He's sweet. Oh, crazy. Anyway, I'm sorry. Any more questions?
So I have a last few questions. I know I'm taking up a lot of your time. I want to just
Oh,
run
no,
down
no,
a
no, no,
couple
no.
of.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay,
I'm fine.
good. We did have some questions. Someone had asked about return to sender spells. What are your thoughts on that during Mercury retrograde? Yes or no? Okay. Gambling spells.
Hey. Like, that one's really on your intent. Like, you really skirting the line right there. The problem with a gambling spell on during a Mercury retrograde is that you might not know when to stop.
Oh,
It
okay.
might, yeah, like, you may get the spell and then you may go up $5,000. You never went up 1,500. You should stop. Then you keep going, and then it comes back down to 3. You could have stopped. It comes back down to 15. You could have stopped. Then you lose it. Then you go in the hole and go spend the rent money. Don't call Jasmine talking about that spell didn't work. Were you up $5 grand? You gotta know when to pull over and play it. You can go gamble, but be smart. That's all I'm saying. Don't yeah. So it's kind of risky because I really like to go hard. So, like, I don't know. Like, I ain't really.
Okay.
You can
I
do it, but it's
personally, no, gambling. I don't do gambling spells. When clients ask me for them, I give them some tips of what they can do. I don't really think spells are I don't think that's the best way of utilizing your energy for gambling. Some people feel a little bit different, but I know that was a question that someone asked. So,
hold
okay.
on. If that's the case, I would just Mitchell Gibson has an Abraxas medallion that is fire.
Okay.
So I would just get me something that radiates all the time. Give me something that radiates all the time. Like, Jasmine does less clearing rituals because she always got Archangel Michael. She always got the demiurge, so she ain't got to do clearing ritual. Are you looking at him right now? You just looked over there.
I'm
It's like, yeah, he's right here.
He's right here. He's over here. Yep. I can't reach him, but he's sitting on my nightstand.
Right.
Yeah.
So you want to have something on you that brings a constant piece of that ritual instead of getting jammed up where you got to go pay rent and stuff like that. But there's nothing wrong with gambling, you can win, go ahead and do it.
Okay. And then working with your ancestors, ancestor money rituals, burning money during the retrograde. How do you feel about that?
Double down, triple down, like,
Okay.
give them more money. Excellent time to start because it's going to really give you that connection because the veil is so thin now. The veil has been the resistance has been removed, so they're right there. So this is a really good time to burn some ancestor money. If you're in LA, you can get some. LA, San Francisco, all the big Chinatowns online. Just type in Joss Paper Cart. I don't sell it no more. I went out of business. I got some. I don't sell it no more. But you can go to ancestormoney.info and watch the video that I have. Like, if that's a new subject to you, all I got is the video. So people going to the site now, like, what? You ain't, no, I'm out of bed. I got to move to something else. But just type in Josh Paper Cart, and he's got a whole bunch of bills. He like overseas. I don't know what the exact website is, but yeah, I would definitely double down on the ancestor money. It's been good for me. I ain't getting ready to back off.
Okay. Yeah, I double up on my rituals during the retrograde, and I keep my candle, we talk about this all the time. Keep your money candle burning. Keep your money candle burning 24/7. If it's the retrograde, keep 3 of them going. Keep your protection, keep your ritual baths going. One other thing that I do want to touch on, and you said this to me a few times when I was down in Atlanta visiting you and out here, and I want to go back to when you're saying like follow the rules. During Mercury retrograde, I know you're like wear your seatbelt, pay your car insurance, don't run no red lights, don't do anything, don't drink and drive, don't do anything that could get you in trouble. And I will say, I follow those rules. I follow mostly, but I have noticed that the times that I've been pulled over for minor stuff, it has almost always been during a Mercury retrograde. And I'm like, dang, man, why y'all harassing me? It's like, well, your headlights out. And I'm like, shit. So you can just kind of touch on the importance of that. I know people, I've talked to 3 people that have all gone to jail or been arrested during the retrograde. And I'm like, didn't you listen to what I told you? And they don't listen. So what advice do you have for people like that?
That's how you keep your money in your pocket, is by paying attention. Like, you ain't like, you got to pay bond to get out of jail. Like she just said, like, put your seatbelt on, leave early. The police got you because you left late. You was rushing. If you left early, you know what I'm saying, then you would be someplace that they weren't at. You would be turning left when they was going straight, versus them being behind you. Let the light catch them instead of the light catch both of y'all. So leaving early is really big in travel, because you can expect a delay, right? And the police mean delay. So they ain't like, they're running up on you. So leave early. Your insurance must be paid. Seatbelt. Everybody in the car. We not putting this thing. We ain't taking this car out of park until everybody got their seatbelt on. Tires. Especially you ladies, you single ladies. We got nice cars. It's time to get your tires rotated or checked. And if you don't want to do that, pay AAA. You know how many times you've seen people's like, dang, it just ran out yesterday, and now my tire went out today, because you needed to renew.
Yeah.
The word is RE. Just remember everything with RE in it. You needed to renew your AAA, or renew your tags, or renew your insurance. And the police is just, you think they out on a full moon? So now they out on a full moon, then you got a Mercury retrograde. They're gonna be just like, oh, met my quota early today. Dang on, I can damn go drink donuts and coffee right now. I done got my quota. Got this black girl, she looking fine, more big breasts, and says, here you go, ma'am. I ain't being nice today. You gonna be in court, or you can pay me right now in some. No, player, remove yourself. So please, the iPhone just came out like last month. Will y'all go get y'all a case? A protective screen cover. I am so sick and tired of seeing people with cracked phones, and you like, this never happens to me. They cost $11, but to get the screen replaced, it's $120. So just get a screen protector and put it on the front of the phone. Like, get a whole case. Get the utility box. Stop trying to be so cute and sexy. Your phone, that's the device of communication. External hard drives, buy one. You can get a whole terabyte for $50. Seagate, or you can get 500 megs. Back up all your computers or put it in the cloud. Get you a Dropbox or open you another account. It's time for you to clean out your Dropboxes, family. Lord have mercy. I know I'm talking to 15 people right now. Will you please clean out your Dropbox? There's some clutter, declutter all electronic devices. For you players out there, and you out here sending all these dick pics, or you got all these other pics from these chicks, you better erase them from your phone before boo or before baby go, for some reason she want to go through your phone, and she like, you ain't sent me these pictures. Where is this going to right here? What's up? These ain't my air. These ain't my nipples. What's popping? I ain't pierced. So clean your phones out. Um, oh man, this one is big. This happened personally to me. Um, siblings, siblings, arguments. So it takes oxygen to argue. Everybody write that down. It takes oxygen to argue. So before you reply, take 5 breaths. I'm talking about even on something simple where she says, KHAYR, do you know your chart? Yes, I do. Well, what sign are you? Taurus. I mean, I don't care if you do know the answer. Like, breathe before you speak. Can we get everybody to write, breathe before you speak? Breathe before you speak, player. Breathe before you speak so you can process it, because you cannot get it back. And I got caught in an argument with my sister in front of my nephew. Man, it made me feel so, like, that's the worst I done felt on a Mercury retrograde, like in about 2 or 3 years. Like, I never want to do nothing like that. And for y'all, everybody know I love Vincent. You know what I'm saying? And you know that how that whole thing just went down. And then when she left, I was like, Poppy Legbar was laughing. He was like, bro, you ain't hollered at me lately. It's a Mercury shadow. I brought the adversary to your house for this to happen, and it was over something old and silly. So if it can happen to me, and I know better, and I got to connect to the player layer right there. I got player from the Himalaya on speed dial. If it can happen to me, you might want to take 7 breaths. No less than 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh well, I watch all Jasmine videos. I ain't got to. I'm in her exclusive group. Oh, okay. All right, okay, never mind. Ain't nobody exempt. Ain't no ain't nobody exempt, yo. Nobody exempt. Somebody asked me, was this a good time to buy a computer during a Mercury retrograde? Absolutely, because obviously your other one is toe up from the flow up. Because it's time to replace. It's time to replace computers and people. I just did a reading for somebody yesterday where the old husband might be getting ready to be out the door, Jasmine, but I ain't said nothing, you know. Like, I don't,
Well,
but they knew though. But
mhm.
they knew they was just like, and they told me to keep the recording. Like, you know, I record them and then I send the recording to people. They was like, you can just delete that one. I don't need to record. I know what's got to be done. I was like, yo, like like that part of my job or my purpose is like, you know, real tough. Cause I want families to stay together, but they was in a situation where they realized that they was staying in an unhealthy relationship with separately. He may link up better with somebody else, and she may link up better with somebody else, and then they can
And
be, you can be happy. Stop these. Go ahead, say it. I'm say it. Interpret my
well,
words
no,
for me. Help me.
because
Help
my
me.
wheels are turning, and that's, I wanted to also ask you about why is it, besides the breakups that happened during retrograde, exes seem to return. Um, Exes and old issues seem to return. And I had someone, she actually sent me a message on this today, and I was like, great question.
No, volume. Wait.
Why is it that these ex and previous relationships, boyfriends,
I can't
come
hear.
back during the retrograde?
It went out. I can't hear.
Oh, you
I
can't hear
can't
me?
hear. Look at Mercury retrograde. Golly. What did she just say?
Let's see.
Oh,
Can you hear us now?
why? It had a pause button. What happened?
What's
Wait,
going
wait.
on?
See?
Okay.
No. Who can y'all hear? Can y'all hear me or can y'all hear Jasmine? Because I can't hear her. Can y'all hear both of us or can y'all just hear Jasmine? I can see her, but I can't understand what she's
I can
saying.
hear you. Okay, let's
You
see.
can't hear me.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, I can't hear you. I saw, well, I don't know what happened with the volume. It was a pause and then it just jammed up. what happens if I go out? If I try to go out and come back in?
Let's see. Okay, let's try to get him back on the line. Have any of you experienced this? I've talked to actually two people this week that seems like during the retrograde, their exes will call, text, or past issues with your current spouse, husband, wife, lover. Have you guys experienced any of this? Because I'm hearing this a lot lately. Let's see if we can get KHAYR, Mr. KHAYR back on. There we go. Are you back?
Hey, who is it that don't want me to tell about this relationship thing and these exes? You see how many, who doing that? Who doing that? Who is that? Which one of y'all doing that?
Somebody who's trying to get in contact with their ex. All right.
Say what you said again before I answer the question, because somebody was like, why do the exes show up? But you said something before that.
Yeah, why do the breakups always seem to happen, the fights, the arguments, and why are the exes or the ex issues always brought up during the retrograde? And my client, she has noticed this is we've been dealing with this for months. The retrograde happens and her husband either have these knockdown, drag out fights, and he brings up stuff from who knows when. And then she's like, I'm in the middle, minding my business at work, and I get an inbox from an ex from 3 years ago. Why does this always happen during the retrograde?
I bet you I'm going to tell you using the first two letters is going to be R-E. Watch how many times I use the word R-E in these words right here. Remember when I told you that a retrograde comes, first off, Mercury rules Gemini and communication. So when the ex comes back, how does he come back? Or how does she come back? Through communication. It's normally through your inbox or your DM, because y'all didn't resolve everything. So they're returning to resolve something, or they want to resume something. How many REs was that?
A lot.
They return to resolve or resume.
Okay.
And because they want to continue to relate. They want to, it's all RE. But why do you get in an argument with your significant Mercury retrograde comes is because it wants you to slow down and realize these things that y'all need to be talking about. Why ain't y'all been talking about this in the first place? Right. If you'd have talked about it, then you wouldn't have constipation. If you were regular, you couldn't be constipated. So you should do things where you and your partner have regular good conversations and healing conversations. But we abuse Mercury and Gemini all throughout the year. And so if Mercury retrograde comes and you don't get no argument, that means that when it didn't come here, you was doing what you're supposed to do. You're a master communicator. And most of us are master liars and master avoiders. But Mercury retrograde is going to put it all in your face so you can resolve it. Whatever it is between your client and her husband, they should just resolve it. She's a master avoider. She doesn't want to deal with whatever it is. And he is too. But then the conflict gets so high, it rehashes. You're just like, again, we're going to rehash it until it gets resolved, or we're going to remove one another from each other. So that's why I say the breakups. It shows you who's true and who ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can have these quick love affair and flings too, because, hey, that might be what you need to get over. You just might be like, yo, the thrill ain't at the house right now, but this person's not a bad person. Ding, there's Reggie. There's Donna. Yes, they'll do something strange for some change. Then you go over there and do what? I don't know what you're laughing for. You know Reggie and Donna will do something strange for some change. I do not know why you laughing.
Because I know several of those. I'm sorry.
And here's the other question that they didn't ask. Oh, we finna get the other half of the audience. Stop asking about why the ex came back and why, and you should ask about why you going back to the ex.
Hmm. Okay.
You the one. How about you returning? How about you over there in the ex's DM? It ain't always the ex coming to your DM. Like somebody got to be going to the DM too. So half of us getting DM'd and half of us
Or
doing the
sending them.
DMing.
It's true. It's true.
I can't be on both sides. It's a two-way dance. You know, look at Audrey Wright talking about some Dazzy talking about boom. Right. Oh, so look, so Carolyn Perry says my exes are blocked.
Hello.
That won't
That won't
but
work.
that won't work.
What?
No,
That
no,
won't work.
cause it ain't Mercury don't care nothing about that. That's easy to remove that little blocker so they be right there in your face at the grocery store, at the stoplight, at the most inconvenient place. They'll show up because you blocked it over here. Your daddy said that in page 58 of the Jewel and the Lotus. Anytime that you don't let this experience come up, that the universe has to go through the trouble of setting it up again, and then it's gonna be painful. Lessons you don't learn only get harder. Mercury retrograde is trying to give you this lesson so the next one won't be so hard. Look how Jasmine got that candle up and ready right now. She don't want to go through that again.
Mm-mm.
She
Mm-mm.
I learned. What you want? You want a candle? Want something to eat? Popcorn? You hungry? What you need?
Yep.
What?
Save yourself. Yeah.
Right. She looking out for her first, what you should do and resolve whatever that is. So see what's up with that ex. If you watch Scandal, that's what Daddy Pope and Olivia always say. What do you want? Just
Right.
ask them what do they want. Just ask them what do they want. Do they want sex? And so you can just say no. So now you know it's already over. Because if they come back asking for sex and you're surprised, you clowning. You clowning. What you mean they come back asking and you're surprised? Obviously they have some kind of reason to think that you would say yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's true.
So when people be trying to like, I don't know, man, like you can't pull the two-face on the two-face. You can't pull the two-face on the two-face. So I say just come clean. That's that right there. What is it? What if you didn't want to work with the spirits? Can you give general offerings to the universe without an altar? Yeah. Like the earth is an altar. Every place you walk is an altar. Go sit up under a tree and I know Jasmine is the witch, but I got a little something too. Go out there and sit up under the tree. Go to the store, get you a bottle of Aquafina or a bottle of Deer Park. Over there to the edge of the water and pour it out and say what you got to say right there. Get you 16 pennies, walk to a crossroad, put 4 pennies on every corner, and sit there and have a conversation. What you mean? Go back, because, yeah, you stay with everybody ain't like us. Well, you can have altar right there, one over there. You might be staying with somebody who's like, you ain't putting that stuff in my house. Well, go outside then. Go outside, man. Don't let nobody stop your flow like that, yo. Like, because you can't. And guess what you should ask them when you get outside? Please give me my own crib.
Yeah. Right. Right. And that also goes into inconspicuous magic, but we'll save that for another video. How to practice on the low. You can still practice your magic when you're living with people that don't believe it and don't want you to. Okay, it's easy. It's easier than burning candles, and it works just as fast.
Make
Just
sure
as
you
fast.
put corporate America in there too. Make sure you put
Oh,
how to practice magic on your
oh.
9 to 5.
Let me tell you something. I had a little bundle of herbs and lavender taped right up under my desk to keep the peace in the office. I'd come through. My girl, she's watching this. She already knows. We'd spray the office down with lavender when people, before they get there. I had my oils on and my crystals in my bra. I was like, y'all fools are not going to work me to death and stress me out. We going to bring some order around here, okay? Order. Yeah, it can
And
be
you
done.
ain't got to advertise it. You ain't got to advertise it. You ain't got to advertise it.
No one would even know. A little salt in the corners. And if you want, I've gotten rid of plenty of coworkers by walking by and just casually dumping some black salt. I'll sprinkle it right on you. You wouldn't even know, honey. They gone 2 weeks. Bye. Well, I don't know where you're going, and I don't know how you're gonna get there, but you're gonna get up out of here because me and you, we don't get along, and it ain't working, and you got to go. Easy, easy. These things can be done. You don't have to have an altar. Doesn't have to be elaborate. You ain't gotta burn 20 candles. All you need is intention and a tool, and get it done. Simple. Simple.
And conviction, and conviction, and conviction. This
Mm-hmm.
Mercury retrograde gonna test your conviction.
Mm-hmm.
Are you convicted? Is you gonna get convicted, player?
Mm-hmm.
Stop joking, yo. It's like I ain't even gonna say nothing on that one. You just y'all that class should be 20. That should be at least $25 to $50 right there. I wouldn't even go no cheaper than that right there. Somebody should pay for that one. Don't put that one on Facebook Live. Like they need to come for real, for real, for real. They wouldn't get that one for free. That's why I ain't gonna speak on it. You just gave them like $50. Y'all better hit that PayPal. One
That was the
ritual away at
ritual.
Gmail.
That was
Mister
hello.
got the crossroads at Gmail. Hit that PayPal up. DM that up.
Those two things right
No,
there
that
will make your work life a whole lot easier. Trust me. And ain't
even though
nobody.
Jasmine ain't got no job, ain't worked for nobody in years, but you know she do got a
I
point. That's from memory.
I got a job. I'm helping all of them. That's my job.
You ain't got no coworker to sprinkle no black salt on.
Oh no, no, no. And I don't miss those days either, let me tell you. But if I had to, I'd do it again in a split second. Run, devil, run, up out of here, okay?
Y'all.
Oh boy. Anyway, listen, I'm gonna hop off the line. I appreciate you so much. I've got a box of candles sitting down here staring at me. I need to start working. It's getting late. I know that there are going to be a lot of questions after this, but Coach, I appreciate you taking your time and answering these questions. I think you've given a lot of us some clarity. A lot of those people that are so scared, oh my God, I can't do a spell because it's the retrograde. Knock it off. He just told y'all what you can do. We've just explained to you what you should do, what you shouldn't do. And the most important, I think, right here, number one, watch your words, watch your mouth. Things will manifest. Double up on your magic. And, you know, if you have questions and you're not sure, we're here to help you. Come to us, schedule a consultation. We will help guide you. You can manifest anything that you want. It's literally one ritual away. You have the resources. Utilize them. Utilize them. And that's why we did this tonight.
My last thoughts on this is thank you so much for letting me come. My website is coachkastrology.info. If you don't know how to meditate, like you might want to start there because your mind is doing too much. So I'm giving away a free meditation. If you go to coachescloset.com and just put your name and email in, I'll send it right back. Like you get the free, don't cost you nothing. So I'm trying to good magic comes from a still mind. So when you got your mind restless and going all over the place and you ain't got clear intentions, first thing I ask people is like, how often do you meditate? Well, you know, KHAYR, I be up, I said, this ain't Fat Albert. This ain't Fat Albert. This is like real life. So meditation. So that's over at coachescloset.com, coachkastrology.info if you want to get a consultation. But the timing piece. So we didn't say do all your stuff, and we didn't say stop doing everything. But you gonna see, and my word is gonna be revealed that if you at a point where you just can't wait to get this ritual done, and we done told you to wait until after the retrograde, then your life is already jacked up, yo. Like Jasmine done told you, this ain't the time for, like, the come to me ritual. Come on, Jasmine, put a little extra rose petal.
Now,
Put a little extra honey.
Let me just ask you one thing about that. One thing, because I've done a few come to me rituals last retrograde that turned out very well.
Did a breakup happen?
But it
were
did.
they?
I'm just wondering because with the with things resurfacing and reuniting, I have had some successful come to me rituals during a retrograde. I've had some that didn't work at all, but I've had some successful ones. And do you think the retrograde could have an effect on that if two people are supposed to come back together?
Yeah, because that might not have been a come to me. That might have been a reunite. You might want to call that a reunite spell.
A reconciliation.
See, like a reunite is, to me, reunite, RE, is different than come to me. Like come to me is like we ain't been together and now I want him and he keeps saying no. No, reunite is, yo, there's something in the way, but we supposed to be together. So can you pull us together to reunite us? Now I'm with that one.
Got
but
it.
that she's infatuated or he's infatuated, and it just got to go down right
Hmm.
now. Why can't you wait till January the 10th? You can't wait 6 weeks. Where they
Right.
going?
You waited this long. Hmm.
And they got no on their mind. They got
Hmm.
no on their mind, and you want to stress my magic to go 4 times as hard. Let's wait until they get to a little. Look, she dropped her whole head. She closed up. She had Susie and Wilhelmina and Raheem. They all ran across her forehead. All
Yeah.
that she just.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
If you can just chill, and the environment is a little more favorable. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this is good right here. This is good. I like the reunite spells on the full moon in Gemini. I like that. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, I like that. It might not happen right away. You know what I'm saying? But I think the energy, that's a good time to initiate it. But I still like the breakups, the hot foots. Pay me, man. Them pay me candles. I ain't got nobody that owe me no money like that because I'm tight as hell right now. I ain't letting you hold nothing. Retrograde or nothing, but some of y'all out there, you need your money, man. We all need our money. So give me my Skrilla.
Run
Need
me my
my Skrilla. Need my money.
For sure. Well, before we get off, can you please
Oh
close us
man, the
out with
time.
prayer?
There we go
And
again with the.
oh, well, I guess that was the conclusion, folks. Okay. Anyway, I hope this answered some questions for you guys. I've definitely got some good questions answered and shed a little light for everyone. So please, by all means, feel free to leave a comment, share this video with everyone. We really got to get this information out so we can help those that are trying to deepen their spiritual path and just manifest better, because we're all trying to get to one place, wherever that is, and it's better, it's prosperous, it's happy, it's love, and that was the whole purpose of tonight. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this, you enjoyed it, you want me to do more of these, feel free to let me know. If you guys have any questions, send them over. Maybe I'll do another little brief one on the full moon, something like that. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. Bye, you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon.